Hey guys, thank you for clicking on this video. As you can tell from the title, I am going to be repotting my Lemon Lime Maranta, and this is the first time I've had a lemon lime, so Maranta, so I can't really give you like helpful tips, but you guys can give me some helpful tips. I've had mine propagating in water for about 2 months now, and these are its roots. I'm thinking it's long enough that I can propagate. They're pretty thick roots and definitely fuzzy. These are the same roots that have popped out. They've just grown longer. And I know that it's doing good because it shot a new leaf. Look how cute is that? I'm so excited. Now, I usually suck at like moving water propagations into soil, so really wish me luck. I have this small like 2-inch maybe pot that I'm gonna put it in, just so I can get it to stabilize its roots. I have a regular potting mix, but with great with a good amount of perlite. I don't know if you guys can see that. So yes, I'm super excited. These are absolutely beautiful, beautiful plants, as you can tell by its beautiful foliage. I can never pronounce that word right. So I have the pot here. Let me see if I can just move this over. Look at these. They are sensitive to your water, so if you don't have good water without any chemicals in it, like the way unfortunately New York has, so if you just take regular water from like the faucet, you will start getting some brown tips, brown edges. So what I would recommend doing is, even though I've had it in faucet water, it's been okay. But what I will now do when I will have it in soil is I usually boil water and obviously let it get into room temperature water, and then I will let my plants soak in that water when I put it in like a pot, obviously. Or what you can do is you can just leave out water for I think like 24 to 48 hours, and hope by then the chemicals should have released. So I'm going to put the plants in here, and I know that they like to be kept moist. They really don't like to dry out. These they kind of like don't want to bend. I'm really nervous. Okay, but it looks cute. If you guys hear my kids, I really apologize, but I just let them go on their devices, so they're in that zone right now. Yes, we've been watching The Mandalorian, and guys, it's such a great show. My kids were like never really into Star Wars. Neither have I. But that's definitely a show that can pull you into it more. It definitely has like great action scenes. Obviously Baby Yoda's adorable, and they have some famous actors that I know, so it's pretty cute. I like it. Can you even say Star Wars Mandalorian is a cute show? I'm just gonna spread it, press it down gently because you don't want to snap those roots. I might have to like put something to hold it. I'm just gonna go with my fingers because that little shovel I have is just way too tiny. Okay, so that's how it's looking. Yeah, it's, I don't want to press down, guys. I'm so scared. Dang it, I want it in the center. It's not really in the center. Oh, I can still see some roots. Okay. And I never know when it's too high. Like, I know obviously you have to leave an inch from the pots, but like how far is too far from here? So anyway, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm not gonna go crazy. If I see that I need to put more soil, then I'll put more soil. Excuse me. And that's pretty much it. It definitely needs to get more stabilized in here. What can I put in the meantime? I think it's okay now. If I whisper, maybe. You know what it is this leaf. It's pretty heavy. Okay, I think I did it. I'm just gonna leave it just like that. Flip it over. One of the problems that I get nervous about is that these love, sorry for the noise, these love humidity, and that is something that I kind of lack in my home, and I honestly don't want to go buying a humidifier. So yeah, that is something that I feel like I'm going to struggle with these. And honestly, when I began purchasing plants, the majority of them were tropical plants that resided, yeah, pretty much that lives in tropical areas that have high humidity. So I've lost quite a few, and it definitely was upsetting for me. For example, like crotons, they are the most beautiful plants out there. The colors are so bright, but as living in the Northeast, you know, I couldn't provide it that bright light, that bright sun, that humidity that it strives for, that it you know, it needs. And they eventually started crisping and dying. And I have 2 left, and I repotted one. I had 3 in the beginning. 2 of the one that died, and then another one. That one is doing great. Please, I don't want to jinx myself, but I repotted one of the ones that had died on me. The one that, you know, the same kind of plant that I am, but not the same plant. And now it's starting to crisp, and it's starting to do exactly what the first one did. So I am not happy about it. You know what? If anything, I can cut it here and propagate it, and hopefully it will grow a new plant. But anyway, I'm not gonna let it bother me, because then it's like cutting your bangs. One side is a little too long, the other side is a little too short, and then you completely mess it up. Okay, so here we go. This is mine. I wish I had something to get my lean it on. Perfect. So this is it, guys. If you guys have any care tips, let me know down below, please, because I really want to keep this plant alive in my home. And I know a lot of people struggle with these plants. One, because of the watering, the humidity, and I think just those two are the main reasons. But I know that don't get the leaf wet, because it will, as you can see here, get some brown spots. And I just wanted to pull up a page by plantofiles.com just to give some more info on it. The type of soil it likes is like 1 part potting soil, 1 part coconut, cocoa coir, or peat moss, and 1% perlite. Not 1%, 1 part perlite. It's important that you need to remember about the Maranta lemon lime plant is that it does not like to dry out. Therefore, it is best to maintain a steady watering schedule, as this plant is not for underwaterers. As a simple rule, water your plant when the leaves start curling towards the center. So would you call that curling? I don't think so. But, okay. Because what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to water my plants way less, because I am a heavy waterer. That's why I'm surprised that my neon pothos has like root rot. But definitely don't let them get water dry out. That you'll see the leaves start to curl. So it's going to start curling from the center. That's what it says. Water the plants well so that the soil remains moist at all times, but do not let the soil remain saturated with roots staying in water. This plant does not like to dry out completely or remain soggy in soggy soil. I water mine once a week. During the cold months of winter, this Maranta plant will go dormant. Therefore, reduce the watering, as needs less water to grow and survive. To water Maranta lemon lime, always use distilled rain or filtered water, as this plant cannot tolerate tap water. Okay, so I hope that it stays okay now that I put in soil and it might go dormant. Gosh, I probably should have kept it in water. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me know. Place it back in water. Place your lemon lime in bright sunlight that has been filtered. This plant will not tolerate direct sunlight, as it will eventually scorch the leaves, killing your plant. Therefore, it is best to keep it near shaded windows. So I guess I will leave it here. That's where it's been. Anyway. It likes to grow in temperatures between 60 and 80. This room, I would say, is like maybe 60, maybe a little less. It says if you put it in a room that has lower than 60 degrees, it would damage the leaves. Humidity, the lemon lime, like other various species, loves high humidity. Remember, all plants from the Maranta plant family require humidity. You can ensure this by misting your plants regularly. I am a mister, so it's good to know that I can mist it. I thought that if you get the foliage wet, that it would do some damage, because they are so thin. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. Another method is to set up a container or tray of water that evaporates. The air humidity level rises. As this water evaporates, the air humidity rises. But remember, don't let it be soaking in the water. So probably get like some pebbles, rocks, and you're gonna rest it on top of those rocks, and you're just going to put some water that just hits the top of the rocks, but not the bottom of the pot, if that makes sense. Like, say this is a tray, I guess I would put water up to right up to here. And if your humidity levels are lower than 65, they recommend to get a humidifier. Fertilizer helps plants have steady growth. I feed my lemon. Okay, so this writer. Lower that. Lower that a little more. So this writer says that they feed their Maranta lemon lime every 2 weeks from spring to fall. Repotting, if your Miranda lime is root bound and has slow growth, it is time to repot it. For repotting, I would suggest choosing a pot that is 1 to 2 inches larger and wider than the previous one. Make sure you refresh the potting soil every year in early spring. Okay. And pruning. Trim the yellow leaves or diseased foliage to promote new growth on your Miranda plant. Pruning not only improves the appearance of your plant, but also encourages vigorous new growth. There's no strict time or schedule to do that. Propagation. Once you start gardening, you always want to expand the collection of your plants. Okay, so you can propagate in water. Like I said earlier, that you're going to have to look for like a thick part here. As you can tell, it just looks thicker. Oh shoot. Right? And that's where you want to propagate it. That's where the roots are gonna come out. You can do that. You see, it's pretty. I guess they're pretty visible in these plants. Or you can do root division, where you divide the plants into several sections. Obviously not this plant, because there's nothing to divide yet. And for blooms, it says, with proper care and good lighting, the Maranta lemon lime will develop tiny purple flowers on the thin stems. The blooming seasons from this plant is usually summer. I did not know that. And that is how they usually look. How absolutely beautiful. And if this is a success, that I could keep it alive, I will be trying to get the red Maranta. Wish me luck with that. And some problems, common problems in regards to pests are spider mites. They're extremely tiny and hardly visible by the naked eye, but they leave webbing on the leaves. They can range from green, brown to black, which, God, I hope I never get in any of my plants. Mealybugs, I also hope I never get. Their white powdery substance, they kind of look like you know when you take apart a cotton Q-tip, like that. They're tiny and they're white. Brown leaf tips indicate your Maranta is getting too much sunlight. Or that the entire browning of leaves could be due to low water or humidity. Or it could be the chlorine or other salts found in tap water. Leaf spots, if you find any water-soaked spots on the surface leaves, your plant is definitely suffering from leaf spot disease. This disease can severely damage the foliage of your plant and even kill it if left untreated. You can reduce the spread of disease by simply avoid overwatering. Avoid leaving the leaves wet for too long. Clean the leaves of your plants with neem oil to treat any infection. And now I think I have that with my coffee plant. And then they talk about root rot. They have fine, shallow roots that make it susceptible to root rot. Therefore, it is extremely important to make sure your plant is growing in well drainage soil. The pot should have at least one drainage hole. If you notice any symptoms of root rot, immediately check the root ball. And that's pretty much about it. So I originally had it, where's my finger? Right there. And I'm not sure if I want to leave it there. I think I should, right? Because again, my only problem is the humidity. I could put it in my kitchen. My bathrooms don't have any windows. So I could put this in my kitchen, but this room gets that bright light that Marantas would need. I don't know, guys. But guys, I hope you like watching this video. This was just me potting my Lemon Lime Maranta from water propagation to soil, and just giving you guys some tips that I need to take account on, that I need to also follow. So I'm just trying to see how I would title this. I don't know, because I like to add in New York, if you guys haven't noticed. But anyways, that's it. It looks super cute. I think this is a perfect size. This might be a 2-inch. Yes. I don't see how this is a 4-inch, but I could be wrong. No, maybe this is a 4-inch. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking, and thanks for, if you stayed through the whole video, thanks for taking all that or my torture of a kind of video that I made. And just stay safe and be well, and happy Valentine's Day.